What's up, OT fam? So, I'm Allie Powell. I am an occupational therapist. I have my doctorate from the University of St. Augustine, and I graduated in April of 2020. Now, you're probably thinking, Allie, that was the middle of a pandemic just beginning in the United States. And I would say, friend, trust me, I know it is a whirlwind of a story. But what I wanted to go through today is just like a overview of like my post-grad, new grad life experience, what I thought it would look like, what it actually looked like, and where I'm at now. And I just thought that might be helpful for somebody who is maybe getting ready to step into that season, or they just stepped into new grad life and they're maybe not in a place they thought they would be either. The lighting's weird, sorry, it's like moving. But anyway, so I graduated in April of 2020. I had taken my boards before I got out of school so that I could send my transcripts the day we got them and hopefully find out within a few days that I passed, and then I could get a job and it would all be great and it'd be good to go. I did not pass boards. It was a mess. I was very sad. There was a lot of other things going on in my life that same week. I was supposed to get married 2 days later. That ended up having to get pushed back. My grandfather passed away. I did not pass boards, and it was just a whole mess of ups and downs, highs and lows, all the things. That's a whole nother story. I will save it for another day. But then I gave myself a few weeks to grieve the losses and mess that was, and I took my boards again mid-July, June, somewhere in there. 6 to 8 weeks-ish I gave myself to study. A decent amount of time, right? I redid some stuff. I did things differently, focused on a different section of whatever I maybe was struggling with, and bing, bang, boom, missed it by 2 points. Yeah, brutal. I know. Oh, sorry. Making you dizzy. And so after that, I took some time off to focus that we had a vacation coming up. We were going to go camp outside because it was COVID still and nothing was open. Yikes. And then I was getting married. Finally, officially, things were starting to open back up. We were going to get married in September, and I started studying again in October, November-ish, took my boards finally again in December, and found out I passed right before Christmas. Did not start applying to jobs until January 2021. Did not get a job until March 1st in a skilled nursing facility. And I was really excited, loved the company, loved the vision, whatever. This was a per diem, part-time, as needed, whatever you want to call it, job. PRN, and it was just really good. I was ready to get my foot in the door, ready to get out of my house because I'd been studying for so long. It had been almost a year since I graduated. Only a couple months since I had actually gotten the approval by the state of Florida and by the national boards to practice. So mind you, it wasn't that long after being official, but it had been almost a year since graduation. So that was really tough mentally to kind of overcome that. But it was so exciting once I finally did it. So then I kind of picked up another PRN job along the way, which really I found out later I was kind of hired to cover a vacation. And I will say that company, the thing I took away the most from it was how to not be a workaholic and how to really prioritize work-life balance, because I feel like they didn't do that very well there, and I was not a big fan of that kind of scene. I value highly balance and knowing that when I leave work, like, it is done for the day. There's exceptions to that every now and then, sure, but it just wasn't a healthy environment for me and what I would have wanted, and I could tell we just didn't mesh, and I actually never heard from them after that week. So I feel like the feeling was a little bit mutual, but it was a good learning experience. I think sometimes the learning experience that's the best for you is what not to do in a situation. So there you go. But I then, in July of 2021, got my full-time job as an in-home outpatient therapist with a local LLC who she's been probably owning her own practice for like, I think 4-ish years, 4 or 5 maybe. And I was excited to work with her. And it's not something I really ever considered myself doing, but it felt like a really good opportunity. I've always wanted to own my own practice. I can kind of learn from her, see how she does it, see kind of what she does, how she does it, how Medicare works, yada, yada, the billing. So it's been kind of cool. But what I also did is I opened my own LLC to not only protect me as a clinician under like that umbrella of being a practitioner with a business, everything I do bills contractually through that umbrella of my business. And it also gives me the opportunity, if I ever want to do anything on my own or grow or sell something, I don't know, I have that facet or area to go through. So that's exciting. Not something I thought I would have done as I started a full-time job, and also had only been out of school like a year and only been working a few months. So timing of things was not what I would have thought. But anyway, it worked out really well. It was really exciting. I would have thought owning a business would have been something 5-10 years down the road, but now I have the opportunity to continue growing for 5 to 10 more. So we'll see how that goes. But there was another opportunity later that I could have done home health. This was around December of last year, so 2021 still, to help out with evaluations and different things that they might have needed. I knew the PT that worked for them, and I was like, sure, I can help out. And then again, with the boundary stuff, I found out that it was going to be a little bit more money per session. Great, cool, sounded awesome. But then I started training a little bit and found out it was also going to be a lot more work and a lot more driving. And so I made the decision to tell them, never mind, I cannot. And I also made the decision to pull back from my other original PRN job that I got about a year ago now, and focus solely on my full-time job and ask her kind of how I can do stuff there. And all that to say, I had started feeling overwhelmed with the just like the demands of leaving your schedule kind of open and flexible to like 3 different people, not just yourself and not just you building a schedule, but trying to make sure there was free time for all these other jobs. And I like to give 100% to what I do. I like to have work-life balance, and it started feeling like maybe I wasn't connecting with that part of myself anymore. And so after a lot of prayer and a lot of focus, which I wrote a blog post about if you want to go watch that, I decided to quit both of them, and now I only have one job. And it's been about a full year as of tomorrow of practicing as a clinician, about almost 2 years of being graduated, but it's been a wild ride, and I can't wait to see what's next. So happy OT Tuesday, friends. See you later.